Hmm. Okay, guys. So, what do you do when you've honestly done all that you can and things are still not right? Yeah, it's not easy. We do our best, right? We fight through. We make good food choices. We move our bodies. We drink water, right? We stay hydrated mentally, emotionally. We're doing all that we can, especially when we embark on a new journey like this carnivore journey, right? What am I talking about? I'm going to back it up a little bit for you. So, back in January, I got a scan done of my liver because I was dealing with some diverticulitis. If you have the osis, certain things inflame you. For me, it's dairy. No dairy for this girl anymore. It's all good. Had a scan, a typical scan. When they scanned my liver, it was a glowing report. It actually said grossly unremarkable. Wow, that's pretty cool, right? Clean, especially when I think about how just over 2 years ago, my doctor was rushing me to get an ultrasound because my numbers, my markers those inflammatory markers were through the roof. And he was like, something's wrong with your liver. It's not happy. But thankfully, initially going low carb and then eventually carnivore, man, everything cleaned up so nicely. But there was a booger in there somewhere that I didn't know about. Gallbladder disease, guys. Yeah, like who knew? Um, I had a scan done more recently and it showed inflammatory markers. And I don't like that. Why? As carnivores, we are on the least inflammatory diet. It is an anti inflammatory diet. So, what's going on? What happened? Had another scan and it was the gallbladder. Yeah, uh, tons of little stones. Now, what's really weird is I had no symptoms, right? Because I do eat a pretty high fat diet. I eat the fat that's in the meat. I occasionally add butter if something isn't as fatty as I'd like it. And so let's look at the anatomy of this gallbladder, right? It stores the bile. It's an amazing little thing. Mine was about 8.1 centimeters long. Amazing. It stores the bile. When you consume fat, it constricts and releases the bile so that our body can digest it properly and utilize it. We can absorb the fat as we need it for so many functions, including hormonal. It's amazing what fat does. That's a whole other subject. But this gallbladder, right? Fat gets it to move, gets it to pump out the bile. But what about when you've done lots of sugar, lots of carbs, and then you try to lose weight, right? And you're going low fat because you're deceived into believing go low fat and restrict your calories, right? Don't eat a lot of red meat, right? We've been lied to. We know that that cycle is incredibly dangerous. Yeah, you could lose some weight for a season, but eventually it packs right back on. The body's always looking for a balance. It's always fighting to survive. That's not a good thing. And I've been there. Low fat diets most of my adult life. So look what happens with the low fat diet. Ready? Your gallbladder's there. It's not constricting. It's not releasing the bile. So the bile just sits there, crystallizes, eventually turns into stones. Oh man, yeah, not good. It's not a good scenario. So we've been lied to, right? So now here I am, strong, healthy, at a pretty solid weight, right? I am so comfortable where I'm at. I've got doctors advising me to stop. I'm good. Don't lose any more. Not necessarily trying. The body knows what to do on a carnivore diet. It'll take you where you got to be, right? It's a body optimization diet. optimized. But now I've got this issue. My liver is kind of upset again. Something's going on with the gallbladder again. I had no pain. No, because I'm eating good fat and my body's doing what it has to do. But every once in a while I had some kind of gastric something. And I was like, what's that from? You know, when you've done all that you can and then there's something wrong, when you're doing it all really well, and I got to tell you, faithful. Thank you, Lord. I've been faithful since June 1st of 21. Yeah, nothing sweet. My friend Bruno Panucci says, not a lick, taste, or bite. Same here. And I think I started March 25th of 22 as far as carnivore. Guys have been so solid and so clean. I haven't had anything outside of the carnivore realm, outside of the healthy, whole food realm, really like, so what's going on here? Well, I have one doctor who says, your gallbladder is now a liability to you. You have gallbladder disease. So like one of two things I could do, right? I ask around. I ask other doctors. I don't play. I need to know. I need to know what others think. And then I do the research myself. And then I got to decide, right? So my one doctor tells me, just go low fat. I did it with the eye again. Don't tell me go low fat. I'm not eating chicken breast for the rest of my life just because I think I'm going to somehow do something to my gallbladder that's going to set me off. No. If it's diseased and I'm healthy otherwise, and I have a chronic inflammatory state, potentially chronic inflammation, this is a no-brainer for me. So I went ahead. Yes, I did. Actually, 2 weeks ago today, I opted to have it out laparoscopic by the grace of God. They do give you drugs in the recovery. Fentanyl. Yeah, I don't respond well to drugs because I don't do drugs. Never have. Thank you, Lord. Even the Advil thing, like, man, I can't tell you in the last 10 years how many times I've had, maybe 5 times, like one pill. I don't do drugs. I just don't. Grin and bear it. Say what you want. Sometimes you need it, but I just avoid it. So the fentanyl thing threw me for a loop. I was really not well. So they tried to give me more drugs. I refused. Yeah, not even a Tylenol. By God's grace, on the 4th day after my surgery, I was at work. On the 5th day, I was driving. So that anti-inflammatory diet of carnivore that we're on, that I'm definitely on, it's anti-inflammatory, guys. So it helped put out the fires because of this surgery. There are times that we do everything that we can. Guys, I'm doing everything I can. Honestly, I'm making all those decisions. Even now, there's something else on the horizon. I noticed that something as simple as drinking a cup of coffee, it almost takes me to another place. I feel anxious and just not well. So I hold off and I do half decaf. And that seemed to be working for a while. But yesterday, I had a bit of an episode. Half decaf, guys, once a day, once a stinking day. I mean, I was raised on espresso. Italians, yeah, good stuff. You have your espresso, your little biscotti. That's just cultural. It's just tradition. So, yeah, I love the smell of coffee. I just like it a lot. But at what cost, guys? If I know that I now have half decaf and I buy the good stuff, I don't play. Third-party tested for mold. It is expensive, but I like it. So I do my own stainless steel K-cup. Yes, I'm one of those. I like stainless steel. I bought it, fill it, half decaf, half regular. Guys, I felt anxious yesterday. No, this can't be happening. So is the body speaking? Yeah, loud and clear. Listen, I'm not trying to mess around. I'm really not. By God's grace, when we cry out for direction, He gives it to us. His ear is inclined to hear the cry of the righteous. My righteousness is found in Him, not because of who I am or my good works, nothing like that. Because of who He is. He hears the cry of our hearts, and I'm so grateful that He does. So I'm being led. I didn't have coffee today. By God's grace, I'm fine. No headaches. I'm not tired. I feel actually pretty good. I also finished a 48-hour fast yesterday, so that always makes you feel good, right? Well, having said that, I have to constantly be tweaking things, constantly be reviewing things. Why? Guys, if there's a hindrance, I got to deal with it. I haven't come this far to abandon ship and fail miserably to the point where, not in people's eyes, people. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want to fail myself. I don't want to sabotage myself. I want to move forward. I want to be in health. I want to tweak the things I need to, like cut out coffee so that I don't get that horrible anxiousness. It's one of the last things that's got to go that's plant-based in my life. You know that, right? Now, on occasion, extra virgin olive oil on my water sardines, right? Like I'll pour out that water and I'll just add a little extra virgin olive oil. Once in a blue moon, a little bit of apple cider vinegar on those sardines, maybe a squeeze of lemon on a steak. That's been a long time since I've done that. That's it. Everything else that I eat by God's grace is animal-based. Yeah, whole food. I don't even mess around with I can't eat hot dogs and stuff like that. Whatever fillers they put, I'm sensitive. I just don't feel well. So I just, the kill it and grill it thing, I just grill it and put it on my dish. That's the way I like it. And I'll eat eggs only if they're fed. No corn, no soy. So I do have a source for duck eggs. And they are fed, amazingly enough, I just found out yesterday, fresh acorn squash. Yes, that the farmer raises. This man who has a homestead, he raises all of this stuff. He grows all of this stuff and he feeds it to his ducks. So they eat like fruit, veg. Okay, they eat the stuff that is good for me, but I choose not to eat, don't tolerate well, whatever the case may be. I'm a carnivore. I eat human food. Love it. So guys, hindrances in any form, but sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you try, you're going to go through some kind of a battle. This one I knew was brewing a couple of months ago. I prayed it through. I asked the Lord for direction, and I'm so grateful for that direction. Look, if you've got something, and I know we've all got something, sheesh, this life ain't easy. We can be here as a support for each other. We can encourage each other. You're doing all the right things, right? To the best of your ability. But there's something. You're going to need some kind of surgical intervention. You're going to need some help outside of the carnivore realm. Guys, carnivore is not the cure-all for anything. It's a blessed lifestyle, a blessed way of eating, the most nutrients. And honestly, it's an appropriate way of eating for us human beings, really appropriate. But sometimes there's those things that you need some help. This girl needed some help. I got it. And by the grace of God, I'm good. I'm starting to get used to how my body's reacting to fat. It's going to take some getting used to. Doesn't always like it, but it's all good. You take it one day at a time and you kind of roll with it. But understand that there are going to be those times that we need a little help. We take it and we keep moving forward, right? Just one day at a time. The Lord is faithful. He's the one that's directing our paths. Look, He directed me, number one, to the cross. And I'm so grateful that I'm His. Number two, in this carnivore journey, man, I just want to say there are a lot of you out there that you're actually believers. And you know that you were led to this way. That makes me crazy excited because that means the Lord's at work doing something. Yeah, He's so faithful. Even when we don't see it, he's at work. So I just want to say to you, be encouraged, keep fighting. And when it does come up that you may need some help, yeah, you're going to be all right. You just take it one day at a time and you trust in the Lord. And hopefully you have good friends surrounding you, right? That are going to encourage you and pray for you. May the Lord bless you this day. May he guide you. May you be strengthened. Be encouraged, okay? Yeah, it's going to be all right. Enjoy the night. Ciao, ciao.